What's up, Summoners? King Blade here. Today we're gonna be talking about the new buffs slash nerfs and the death notes that are gonna be coming out very soon. I do believe it's gonna be the next patch. But before we talk about those, see who is the winner, kind of a winner, who's gonna be strong now. We are almost reaching 200 subscribers, and I like to make like a spotlight video on any of my units, similar to the CES one that you guys saw. So I'll be making another one because of the 200 subscribers, and also a summoning video later on. Celebrate a little bit, but I will most likely be doing Spectre Tenebria. But let me know in the description if y'all want to learn more in depth about any of the characters that I own. 6 stars that you guys are like, I have them, I don't know if they're good, should I build them, how should I build them? I use all the 6 stars, or have used them at some point, and I have teams built around them. It's just a matter of fact of giving them the right equipment. But if you want to see any of the units that you guys saw there, let me know, and I will be taking those considerations and see if I want to do that. But let's just jump in to those buffs and nerfs. So it is going to be in the Death Notes. Death Notes. My bad. I can't pronounce today. That's usually happens, but a little bit worse than normal. So we'll hear the Death Notes. They just slip these in, and it's just like you don't really hear about them. So again, first one, right off the bat, Judge Keys. She is one of the ones that I was hoping she would get a buff, even though I don't own her. Just because it's kind of like, she did feel a little bit overwhelming now with all these other units that are able to lock down units with stun. She kind of was falling off of the map, but this should bring her back and stronger than ever. So first, End of Evil. I do believe that's her second skill. 75% chance to spell a buff. That's really solid now. And then that gain an additional turn, that's also really good, because now if you can pair her up with someone that has the artifact that lets you get souls at the beginning of the game, so like that's the mage artifact, Magastom, and you pair her with Judgment Keys, you soul burn her second skill, so now you can try to dispel a buff, and after that, after you just dispel the buff and an AoE attack and dispel their immunity, you can go in with your third skill and just reset their cooldowns by 3 turns if you get lucky. And then it's just really hard for any team to come back from that. It's just really strong. Really excited for this. I hope one day I can get her. But for the people that have her, congratulations. She's going to be doing a lot more damage and going to be a big threat. Probably able to compete with some of those Sage Balls that's on team comps, since she can do everything by herself and kind of lock them down. So again, that's what it says there. Remove 1 buff. Pretty nice. Made Chloe. So I know people were using her. I didn't think she really needed one, but I could see why, because it was kind of like she doesn't do much if you go before her. So what did they do? So they did talk about that. It's difficult to use the ability. That it's not easy to maintain the buff. There's a lot of characters that do dispel buffs. But now they did add restores health to a certain percentage for allies who died in battle. Oh. Okay. So now she revives now. Okay. Restores health to a certain percentage for allies who died in battle. Allies. So she has a full team revive. Interesting. That's kind of scary. Wow. That is very scary. Wow. That is okay. So she can revive the whole team. There is going to be that unit that does stop revivers that's coming out, that is expected to be a connection. So she does kind of need this. So like if you don't bring this unit, she can be a very big threat. But that's interesting. That's pretty nice. That's pretty neat. I don't know that many people that own Made Chloe, and I do see her every once in a while, but most of the time you're able to take her out before she can do anything. So that's pretty good. And then the added attack, just in case you didn't need it, she just does a pretty good attack buff. So, and she's decently fast, so that now she has more support capabilities rather than just being there for the revive. If you don't need the revive, you can also do this. The next one, Violet. This I was kind of surprised about when I saw this. I was like, what? Am I reading this right? Violet? So I do own Violet, and I really like them. I use them a lot. But they buffed them. That's really scary now, because now Duel Accepted increases 35%. When you have Dreamlight Moonblade, I believe it goes up to like 20% or 25% too. So then you used to have like 50, and with Assassin and Cartuja have 65. Now you have an extra 5%. So if you have Assassin Cartuja now with Violet, and you have a maxed out Moonlight Dreamblade, oh man, that's scary. I didn't think he needed it. And then the removes 2 of your own debuffs. That's actually really good quality. Like, it comes up more than you think, especially now with Dizzy. This is really, really strong. Violet can actually like self-clear debuffs. He can still get stunned, so that is a thing that he still has that weakness. But all the counterattack heroes, you already are building them with Will. So the biggest part of the buff is actually that 5%, because that's just an extra 5% that it can proc that your enemy cannot be able to take out your Violet or get the debuffs that they need on him. And then you can't even use Dizzy on him properly anymore because he can just remove the 2 debuffs. So I didn't think he needed a buff, but you know, it's very welcome. I'm a Violet player, and that's happy about that. It's gonna be a little bit more scarier, especially if you have Assassin Cartuja getting that dodge percentage up. Next is Bloodblade Karin. Okay, so this is one that I was really excited about because I have my Bloodblade Karin build, and I used her for a while in Arena, and I had her the best life steal, like the life vamp and Elias knife on her, but her damage to me just felt lackluster. And they did kind of add a little bit more to that and gave her like a different kind of role. Because she can heal with that first skill, I don't think she needs the lifesteal set to even be a farmer, which is what I ended up using her as. Because now she can heal twice as much with that first skill, which makes it so you don't really need the lifesteal set on her anymore. You can just go either tank and get the healing this way, or you can go full damage. So this is really, really, really nice, especially the AoE attack increase on the 20%. I'm probably gonna build my Bloodblade Karin now with this. I'm really excited to like give her a good set now, especially with the hunt changes coming up soon. I'll actually be able to get the equipment I need for her and just be able to just obliterate. Now that 20% extra increase in damage, that's going to be really, really good quality of life change. And the extra healing makes it so I don't have to put a lifesteal set on her to make her be more of a bruiser. So really, really excited about that. I'm really happy that they did buff her. And people are always scared of her, but having owned her, she really doesn't do that much damage unless you drop her HP low. Then she becomes a beast. But now, with all of this, you could probably give her a lot of health so she can kind of tank against those Stally comps and then just completely shred through them. So that's really nice. I'm happy about that one, and she's gonna be a lot stronger. Assassin Kali. So this is the one, when I read it, I was like, wait, I hope it's not like this, but if it is, that's gonna be a nerf. So Assassin Kali, I'm surprised that they buffed her, but the people have said that to make her good, you have to give her plus 15 Molagora, which is really, really hard to do. Like, it is a pretty big investment if you're trying to get a really good Assassin Kali. But she was really strong right now in the arena meta, being able to take out Sage Ball and Sassans, Moonlight Armentias, and be able to then apply silence to everyone who basically doesn't have an immunity. And her super stupid high base speed and the fact that she heals with speed made it so it was a very sure way to get rid of those pesky light units. And it was really nice with the murder being able to silence everyone. But what they did, I don't think this is a buff. Unless they keep the old thing where she kills the unit, she can still apply that. This is a big nerf. So Assassin Kali Night silences all enemies when she stuns her target with her S3, instead of applying the debuff sends after enemy is defeated. So they are taking off the kill, which I don't think they should do that, guys. I don't think that's good. The silenced enemies was really good, and the stun if she didn't kill them. But now they're making it rely on the stun, which means that, let's say you're trying to build your Assassin Kali, but you know they have a really tanky Sage Ball and Sassan. There are some of those that have like 14k HP. I've seen them. It's disgusting. But let's say you do that, and now you go in. I guess it's nice, but then you have to check resistance. And most of the time, people are going to be putting Will on their priority units. And like, let's say like you can take out a Dizzy, and before you're always able to take out Dizzy, and you relied on that silence to be able to do stuff like, I don't know. I think it's overall a nerf, because Assassin Kali, if your Assassin Kali is not one-shotting something, you have your Assassin Kali built wrong. This, I guess, can make it so you can go against bruisers, but then it takes the, like, I don't know. It makes it so she has to build effect resistance, but you just want to build her attack and speed. You shouldn't have to give her that much effectiveness. You should just be able to go full ham, and then if she gets the kill, that's all you need. And then just be able to apply that. So it's kind of like one of those things that's like, At the end of the day, she's still gonna be Assassin Kali, but I honestly think it's a nerf more than a buff, even though they say it's a buff. But then again, let me know in the descriptions if you guys own Assassin Kali and she doesn't take out the targets right away, because I want to know. I feel like that's something that she does. Next is Corvus. Man, I remember making a video on who should get buffed, and Corvus, Cartuja, and Purgus, I think we're all in there. So I'm glad they're finally getting the buffs they kind of needed. So Shield Slam gets more fighting spirit. So that's always nice, because I remember Furious Advent is, she does the AoE attack that lowers combat readiness, but you have to have a certain fighting spirit to be able to do that. So what did they do to him? The cooldown of Furious Advent has been removed, and players may use his skill as long as they have obtained the required amount of fighting spirit. Oh, because the skill, all like Dark Corvus, it started at a cooldown. They should do the same buff to Dark Corvus, but basically now you just have to get the fighting spirit, and with all of these buffs to these other things, it'll be a lot easier for you to get it. So now he's going to be able to do that AoE thing where he pushes attack bar back a lot more often. So that's nice. That's a good quality of life change. I think he's going to be decent for PvE, actually. There's not a lot of units that can push back a target, that are tanks that can push back attack bar besides like Shadow Rose. So it's kind of nice that they're doing this. Just giving more diversity to the game, especially for PvE. I don't see him still being PvP because it's too slow still. But for PvE, I definitely see some uses for him in the future. Next is Cartuja. So Cartuja used to be, I remember reading him, he had a lot of buffs, but it just didn't feel like he had, and like healing, like innate healing, he has a lot of that. So what they did was increase defense now. That's nice. Reduce the cooldown and added attack. So that's pretty good. So he's going to be another Bruiser. They're adding a lot of Bruisers to the game. With like Bloodblade Karen, I think she's going to be more of a Bruiser now. Now Cartuja, making it so he can get increased defense and attack, and then now does a little bit more damage, so that way you can build him tankier. That's nice. You know, he's going to be a lot more Bruiser type. So I don't know why they're adding so many Bruisers to the game. Same with Purgus. They must be adding like content that like is going to require you to have tanky units, but also be able to deal damage. Because Soul is the same way. He's also like another Bruiser. So just a lot of Bruisers. That makes me wonder, like, if something like they're thinking of adding that tower for PvE, I wonder if they're going to be adding more PvE content. Now, Purgus. Oh, man. There was this one Purgus that just wrecked me one time because I forgot that he counterattacks. Ooh, let's see what they did to him. So, Purgus, Falling Strike, 50% chance to decrease speed and or reduce combat readiness by 20. Nice. Attack with watch, which improved the skill, so now there's reducing speed, Falling Strike, and his second skill, Get Lost, now also has a chance to reduce Wow. So another attack bar combat, not attack bar, combat readiness debuffer. That's really big because he can counterattack a lot. And now that can punish people that are trying to go in and AoE attack. If you have a very high resistance Purgus can go in and just push attack bar back. So that can be kind of scary if you're sleeping on Purgus. So I think this will actually give him a lot more uses. Being able to push that combat readiness back and then decreasing speed, that's huge. And being able to counterattack when he gets hit, that's pretty big. I think that's really healthy for him. He does deserve that, especially because it's in the passive. So next is Lots. Oh man, I'm really happy about this one because Lots was one of the first 4-star healers that I got, and some of the stuff they did was insane. So increases caster combat. So Regen, that's the one that you would target a unit and then give them a bunch of of HP, and then they would get an extra turn, and you would get something. So now he increases combat readiness, so he gets more turns, which is big because he used to not be that big with healing. Having the combat readiness makes him so like he gets more and more turns. And then the other thing is, before he just used to do Serenity, just used to add the healing for five turns if you soul burn, 2 turns I believe if you didn't soul burn. But now it actually heals. So Lots is actually going to be in the mix for being able to heal, this is big. And I think he's going to be a lot better for Banshee too. Even though Jet is still like the golden standard for a good Soul Weaver for Banshee, I think Lots is going to give him a run for his money. with the Regen being able to increase his own, so he's able to take more turns, which means that if you have Wanderer's Potion Vial, you're able to remove more debuffs when he goes, and also give your team more turns, which is also really, really big, and provide more and more healing. The recovery as a percentage, that's really good quality of life change, because it's you don't have to wait for it. Now it's a lot more healing. Lots is looking spicy, man. Maybe he's actually worth like taking another look at and being in the mix for really good healers, especially for drawn out fights where you need heals every turn. Destina used to be the only one that could do that, but even then she doesn't have that much AoE besides her third skill. So this could be really good because it's based on how they take turns. So that's nice. Arbiter Vildred. So this one is one that if you're in upper level arena, you're really going to have to watch out for, because I feel like people used to not be building Arbiter Vildred because he didn't do that much damage. His the revival was like, if you timed it right, it was really bad for him. He's going to be super scary now. I'm honestly like, in defense, he's going to be super duper scary as a sweeper. So what does he do? So damage no longer affected by health loss, big, because he used to die. Like, who cares if he has health loss? That's never gonna happen. Instead, the base value is just like straight up just more damage. So that's already like, okay, more damage. That's nice. And it also still has, I think that one is the one that decreases combat readiness still. So super scary. So a move as an auto hits 2 targets, more damage, pretty nice for long fights. You're gonna need that for you to be able to bruise more. Dark Contract. This is the one that I'm like, what the heck were they thinking? This is like Kayron, but on steroids. So after this spell is activated, combat readiness gauge will increase. So he gets a turn, right? Whatever. You kill him, gets a turn. So that means that no matter where you kill him or how you kill him, there's no way you can interrupt him. He's going to take a turn. No matter what you do, he's going to get to do his skill. He's going to get to take his turn. And on top of that, he's going to have an attack buff with it. So now he can do everything himself. This is so scary, especially like if you have a tankier team where like you may already have a Reviver or like a Crimson Armin and you have Arbiter Vildred. You can't focus Arbiter Vildred now. You have to focus the rest of his team because you don't want him doing this. If you kill him, all his cooldowns are reset, gets an increased attack buff, and now he can use Dark Blade, which also got a big buff. By the way, one of my favorite ultimate animations, but this is just, okay. So again, health loss doesn't matter, which again, he was always at full health, so it didn't matter. Base value increased by 30. Already there were some Arbiter Vildreds. I've gone against some of them out there that are able to like kill squishes, like do 13, 14k HP, right? And that was before this 30% increased attack. Or the increased damage. And on top of that, he gets that increased attack when he's revived. I don't even want to think about it, guys. Like, he's going to be another Kayron, except he won't really have a counter. Again, there is that revival one where you won't be able to be revived. So, again, that's kind of the way that they're balancing these skills. Because if you think about it, as of right now, that unit is probably not going to be released next time. It's going to take like probably another month before the unit that stops revival is introduced. So the fact that Arbiter Vildred will get to run rampant, you can't do anything with this skill. The only thing you can do is Crimson Armin, honestly. And most people don't have her. So he's going to be really scary. If you have to go against Arbiter Vildred, you really don't have a counterplay to him. Like, you can't debuff him. You can buff yourself, but he's going to be doing tons of damage. And then on top of that, oh man. And it's on a 5-turn cooldown now, so if you don't take him out again after you do this, which is going to be kind of hard because he puts that decreased hit chance. He's looking spicy, guys. If y'all have an Arbiter Vildred, I'm super jelly. Super jelly. Super scary. Ravi, another unit that kind of fell off the map, hasn't been doing anything. Again, just very small quality of life changes, but are going to be really, really big. More spirits means more ultimates. More ultimates means more stun. More spirits means more damage, more everything. And now, Demon's Blood. Oh, okay, never mind. Take that back about the fighting spirit. Damage dealt increases to attack and damage taken. Man. So she's going to be like a raid boss. So raid boss Robbie. That's interesting. So, yeah. So now if you're trying to kill her, you're going to be taking more damage. Nice. Nice. That's kind of scary. That is very intimidating. Ooh, I see again another bruiser, another big bruiser. Again, you can just one-shot her with some units, but if you have the right team, like with Crimson Armin and the new Queen Cece, units like this are going to be so scary with those type of teams where you have one or two bruisers and then like two big tanks. Like I can just imagine like Crimson Armin, the new CC, then you can throw in a Reviver, like Rule of Light, and then throw in like a Ravi. That's disgusting. I don't even want to think about it. There's going to be some interesting, like, I think the meta's slowing down, which is kind of nice. Sigurd, on the other hand, they're making her more bleed based and then more penetrate defense. So that's nice. She gets a base now, so she can penetrate. She can get to 100% penetration, which is, she might be able to actually, like, her and Viking are actually going to be a thing now because you have a lot more chance to put bleed. So that's really good, and she can combo into it, so she can put quite a bit of bleeds. So her with Viking, I can already see some PvE cheese with them too, like for the Banshees and stuff like that. But man, a lot of spice, lots and lots of spice in this patch notes. But that is all I have for you guys today. Man, I'm dizzy. That was so much talking, so many patch notes. But all the buffs are awesome. I'm really happy about them. I'm really excited to see how the meta will shift. But that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.